Alright, here goes first power up. Powered up the transformer earlier by itself, and it's making some voltages. Let's see what happens. Oop. I heard something. We're getting 3 watts. I don't see any smoke. Let me get the thermal camera. Alright, thermal camera's on. It's unplugged right now, but it appears this one tantalum is making some heat. I've got voltmeter hooked up as well. Zero volts, 2.5 watts. Unplug. We got some resistors that are warm. Tantalum's cooled off. One of those transistors, whatever those parts is, does actually have a hole rusted through it. So I wasn't expecting much out of this thing. I was just curious to see what it would do. I just checked each power rail. I'm not getting either out of the 5V or the 5A, but I am getting something out of the other side. The plus 15 is plus 8, the minus 12 is like minus 20, and the minus 48 is like close to minus 60 or something like that. But at least I know the transformer might actually be good. So that's an important piece of the puzzle there that probably wouldn't be able to find otherwise. I don't know how well you can see that, but this solder is just not even solder anymore on this board. It's just one of the two metals, either the lead or the tin, has just leached out of it and has turned it into just this crud. And I don't know. I know there's a few broken solder joints, but these other boards are going to have a lot of solder joints that might need to be redone completely. Yeah, this is really interesting. It's like there's this outer shell of solder that's still there, and once you get it hot enough and get some flux on there, the inner part of it dissolves into this powdery, grungy stuff, and the outer shell flakes and melts away. I've never seen anything like it before. There's still some work to be done here, but as you can see, the circuit board's got so much moisture in it that just heating it up with the soldering irons was enough to begin separating the fiberglass layers in between. So definitely going to have to bake these boards some at a low temperature in the oven. There's no telling how much moisture is in these chips built up in the plastics, and there's also no telling how much corrosion inside the chips has occurred, causing damage there. So yeah, it's a big mess to clean up, but I'm gonna try it. It's cleaned up fairly nice so far. I still gotta go over those solder joints. I'm gonna see if I can get this on camera, because this is just fascinating to watch. Get that little bit of flux out of the way there. I wish I had a macro lens. Look at that. It's just turns into crud. It's so weird. Probably every single solder joint on this computer terminal will be like this. Well, some of it's starting to clean up a little. It's just grainy stuff. Alright, so I got some solder joints fixed. Let's see if we get anything now. Still 2.6 watts, but... well, it appears that little resistor network there is heating up more. More of it is heating up. So we're getting somewhere. I just went through and checked all the voltages. No change from what it was before. Without a schematic and without part numbers for these, this is going to be a real challenge to get working. Even though it's just a real simple linear circuit. Those might be LM317s or some variant that's high powered. But I wouldn't know without seeing a part number or schematics. Okay, so I'm actually having a lot of trouble with moisture in these parts and in these boards. So I'm actually going to take them and place them inside the dehydrator, including the CRT board down there. It's got some broken solder joints as well. I'll see if that board will fit in it. Alright, so I managed to get them all in there. In fact, I think I'm going to see if I can get the transformer in there as well. Might as well bake it out. I'm not going to run it at too high of a temperature at first. I'll let it run for a few hours at 105, and then I'll crank it up to 150 to 160, somewhere around there after a few hours. I managed to get the transformer in there, and I also threw the flyback transformer in there. If the flyback transformer has any moisture in it, it could damage it as soon as you turn it on, and arc over, carbon over, and the inside of it and ruin it. So maybe this will help it. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to put some bulb grease into this switch here to make it a little bit easier to switch, hopefully. It's still pretty stiff even after cleaning. All done. Got bulb grease in there now. Feels like a normal switch.